Hello, it's Arcady here with well, I guess a really long-awaited class hall video for the Monk. Uh, yeah, I realized I haven't done one of these videos for a long time, but I wanted to get all the classes to 110 just so I could check out all the class halls and get all the followers and so on. So I officially have one of every class at level 110. Um, yeah, I didn't think I'd ever get the Monk up there because I'm not a big fan of it. So, yeah, overall, the Monk is not a bad class, but it's just not my favorite. But I do like the class hall, and that's exactly what we're here for. So, I guess without further ado, I might as well show you guys how to get there. So, in order to get to the class hall as a monk, you actually get a spell called Zen Pilgrimage. I'm just going to see if I can find it in my spell book. I have it right here, but Uh, either I'm really blind or I just don't see it. Yeah, anyway, you get this spell called Zen Pilgrimage, which sends you to your class hall. At level 20, I think it's level 20 when you first get the spell, it actually takes you to this training area that's monks only. Only monks can go there. But of course, with the introduction of the class hall, monks can just go straight to they can go to their class hall instead, so. And the cool thing about the class hall is it's actually the Wandering Isle, which is the starting area for Pandaren. So I guess I know I kind of wasted a lot of time there. So this is the only way to get there is use Zen Pilgrimage. So I'm going to use it right now. You see your character goes into a kind of a meditative state, and then you teleport there. So the two things about this class hall that I thought were really cool is, first of all, it's the Wandering Isle, which is where all Pandarens start out. And second of all, it's just massive. Like, it is just huge. It's literally the entire Wandering Isle. Looks like there's a lot of monks here right now. So when you first teleport here, the forge where you can do all your weapon stuff, like spend your artifact traits or whatever, it's literally right here. So you just teleport straight here. And of course, here's the different skins that you can get for your artifact. I don't have very many for my DPS artifact, but I'll just quickly show you guys a couple of the tanking and healing ones just for the heck of it. So here's the hidden skin right here that I have for the tanking weapon, which I really think is cool. It's literally a staff with a keg of beer on the end of it. So I think that's kind of fitting for a monk anyway. And the regular look for it is like a staff with a mug on the end of it. But I kind of like the hidden skin. I think it's kind of cool. And they kind of give you a better look at it. Just me just running around. So I think it's kind of cool. But maybe that's just me. And I don't really have that many Mistweaver skins yet either, but might as well show you anyway. So this is what it looks like originally, and of course here's the different colors for it. I kind of like using this skin because I kind of like the look of it, but that's really all I got. And of course all my artifact traits, I got 3 in that, which isn't a whole lot, but I haven't been playing for a while, so yeah. And yeah, one thing I think is kind of cool is it's got this little bell like right in the middle of the staff here, which I thought was kind of neat. So anyway, that's pretty much that. I guess we'll keep going with the tour here. Anyone who's done the Pandaren area would probably recognize this statue, which is where the forge is, which is kind of cool. So one downside to this place is it's really big, but it's also you cannot fly in here, unfortunately. So if you got a flying mount, you can't fly. But, you know, see the whole temple area, and it's like, this is so damn cool. When I first got here, I was so excited. So I thought this was the coolest thing in the world. Being able to go to the Wandering Isle. Especially since I'm playing as a Night Elf monk, and I never started in the Pandaren area, so I could never go here. But right over here, like roughly right about here on the map where I am, is the like the vendor, like where you can get all your Classhall set. Like I don't have very many pieces of it. I just have the helmet, the gloves, the chest piece, the bracers, and the feet, if I remember right. Okay, I guess I got most of it. So I think really the only piece I need is looks like just the legs actually. And then I'll have okay, legs and the shoulders. So I mean kinda cool. But anyway, in case you guys are wondering, that's where it is. They have an innkeeper over here, but there's also like a vendor, I guess, that sells some drinks, both for mana and for like alcohol. But this guy says he's an innkeeper, but you can't bind your soul stone to him, or Hearthstone. Sorry, not soul stone. Thinking about the warlock. So yeah, not much point in there, but it is pretty cool though. So just kind of continuing on, like you see there's the stairs that leads right back to the forge. There's a portal right here to Dalaran, which I always thought was kind of cool. So if you want to go back to Dalaran, you can just take the portal right there, and it takes you over by the flight path in Dalaran. So, and right over here is where the mission board is, as well as the Classhall upgrades person. So a lot of these are pretty like universal for pretty much every class. Like this Auspicious Fortune, every class gets something similar to this. Increases the chance for quest rewards to get a rare or epic bonus upgrade from non-repeatable quests. Every class gets that, but it's just named differently. So, and the other option, of course, is Lucky Envelope. Enables the Lucky Envelope ability, which increases the success chance of the first mission you send each day by 20%. So, yeah, a lot of these are basically the same. I used to have the Brewhouse ability, which allows you inside the Storm Stout Inn once a day to tap the keg there. And the tapping the keg will give you different like different items to buff yourself. Wonder why it's not bringing it up. Okay. So I have a couple of these still. And, you know, if you want to pause the video and just kind of look at them, you can. Most of them are kind of iffy. Not really all that great. But, oh well. But the cool thing about it is it's the way to get the hidden skin for the tanking spec, the Brewmaster, which is that keg of beer that I was showing you on the end of your staff. So if you want the hidden skin for that, you just have to keep hoping that you get it. I mean, it's completely luck based, really. I mean, there's no chance that you'll always get it, but anyway, I just have a few of these things. Just kind of, I don't know if I'll get the I'll rebuild the brew house again just for those items, because this other ability, which I swapped it out for, is actually pretty cool. Newly recruited troops have a chance to be promoted one rank, making them more powerful. So when you recruit like an initiate, they have a chance to become an adept, and adepts have a chance to become masters, which is pretty cool. So basically your troops just get, there's a chance that they'll be more powerful when you recruit them, which I thought was pretty cool. And this one's just kind of the the average, increases the number of troops that you get. I picked this pilgrimage instead for now, just because I was still trying to level up all my followers' item levels. Because there's a chance on mission success that your champions will return with champion ornaments or equipment. So yeah, that's normally I'd pick the living quarters just for the extra troops. But anyway. So, next upgrade that I picked, obviously, is Path of the Ox. Or, no, not Path of the Ox, Path of the Tiger, because anybody who knows me in real life knows that I like tigers. And these are the two upgrades that change your, like your troops. So the Path of the Ox makes the Ox Initiates into Ox Adepts, increasing their mission success chance by 5%, which is pretty nice. While Path of the Tiger makes all initiates that you recruit, Tiger initiates that you recruit into Tiger Adepts, which gives them an extra ability, Spinning Crane Kick, which increases success chance of missions with minions by 15%. I purely picked this because of the Tiger thing. I realize that the initiates themselves aren't actually tigers, but I just like it more, so yeah. And of course there's this one with Destiny. Work order for one out of 3 of your weekly seals of Broken Fate in exchange for order resources. That's a very nice ability. Basically, if you have those seals of Broken Fate, every time you kill a raid boss, you can always roll for extra loot, which is pretty cool. But I went with this one instead for the extra troops, the Celestials. They increase, you only get one of them, and they're a random specialization each time you recruit them. And they increase the success chance of missions by 30%, so they're kind of cool. And of course, Fist of Legend, you have to pick that. And between these two, there's either the Masters of Serenity, which they have a random ability and can counter either minions, spells, or hazards, in addition to success chance of missions by 30%. Instead of that, I picked the roster of champions, so I could have one more champion active at a time. But basically, that's my order advancement build. I will hopefully get this eventually. I just haven't been playing for a while, so yeah. So I'm just going to quickly go through like all the followers just to show you guys, just for the heck of it. So this one's the one that comes from the Broken Shore, like when you do the one quest line in the Broken Shore. She's a combat ally, and she can be assigned to be your guardian, acting either as a bodyguard who, basically just follows you around all the time, or you can tell her to hang back, and she'll appear just every once in a while when you're in combat. And it's really cool that you can do that with them. I wish that all the bodyguards were like that, but unfortunately it's just these Broken Shore ones that do that. So it's a big shame. But anyway, she's a Mistweaver, so she can counter some bosses by being a healer. She's got Breath of Fire, which counters minions, and she has Vilify, which increases success chance by 5% for each troop vitality on the mission. Vitality is how much of these hearts that the troops have. So kind of cool, I guess. Just kind of moving on. The heck? Something's wrong there. It wasn't letting me... what the heck? Why won't it let me click on these things? This is not good. Okay, we're back. That was kind of weird little glitch there, but oh well. So moving on, we got Agura. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but she's a Brewmaster monk, which is, like a tanking monk. And she has Breath of Fire, which counters minions. Hero of the Storm, which increases success chance when not accompanied by other champions. So if you send her on a mission, and you don't send her with, any of these other champions, she gets like 15% extra success chance, which is kind of cool, but yeah, well, whatever. Moving on, we got Anga's Iron Fist, which is another Brewmaster. He's got Roll, which can counter a hazard, and he's got Brewer's Luck, which increases success chance of missions with hazards by 15%. So kind of cool, and I thought it was kind of neat that we actually have a dwarf Brewmaster Monk in the champion roster. And then there's Lily Storm Stout, which I'm sure most of you guys who have played played through Mists of Pandaria would recognize from some of the questing there. But she's a Mistweaver as well, and she's got Roll, which counters hazards, and Chenship, which increases success chance of mission by 20% when accompanied by Chen Stormstout, who is her uncle. So, again, I thought that was pretty cool that both Chen Stormstout and Lily Stormstout are both Monk champions. I thought that was really cool. But anyway, kind of moving on. We got Terran Zoo, which, if you guys played for Mists of Pandaria, is pretty important character in Mists of Pandaria anyway. He's got Windwalker, which counters some different bosses. He's got Spearhand Strike, which counters a spell. He's got Fist of Fury, which increases success chance of missions with minions by 15%, which is pretty cool. And he is a combat ally. What he does is when you put him in the the bodyguard slot, like how I have Chen Stormstout here, what he does instead is Way of the Shadow Pan. Terran Zoo will occasionally perform a sneak attack, stunning all nearby enemies and increasing the damage that they take for 12 seconds, which is pretty cool, but I kind of prefer having like a regular bodyguard, like just kind of run around with me. But I mean, to each their own. I mean, everybody's got their preference. The Monkey King, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to the old Chinese story, Journey to the South, I think it was what it was called. I can't remember exactly, but I know they kind of took a lot of inspiration from that for Dragon Ball, which I never really was into as a kid, but the original Dragon Ball anime was heavily influenced by that Chinese story. So it's kind of cool that the Monkey King is in the game. But he's got Windwalker, and he has Breath of Fire, which can counter a minion, and Go Bananas, which is kind of interesting. Chance from successful missions to return with a golden banana. Golden bananas are given to champions to improve success rate. So I've only got one of them right here, but you can give one to a champion, and it gives them the golden banana ability for one mission, which increases success of a single mission by 20%, and it is consumed on use, which is kind of cool. So, and he's a combat ally, so he's got the bodyguard ability, so he's just like Chen Stormstout, where he's always with you if you have him set up as a bodyguard. So that's kind of cool. You can either have a monkey, you can have Chen Stormstout, or you can have Brewer Amai, which is I told you guys about her earlier. So the other two champions that I don't have them active right now, but there's Solara Steelsong, who's another Windwalker, and she's got Roll, which counters a hazard, and Path of the Tiger increases success chance of missions by 15%. When accompanied by Tiger Initiates, Tiger Adepts, or Tiger Masters. So if you have these guys with her, the Tiger Adepts, or the Tiger Initiates, or the Tiger Masters, she gets 15% for each of those troops that you send on the mission. So that's up to 30 because you can only send either 3 champions or a champion and 2 troops at a time. So kind of a nice little buff anyway, if you want to send them. And then I have Hero, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's a Mistweaver monk, a troll Mistweaver monk. He's got Spear Hand Strike, which counters the spell, and Flying Serpent Kick, which reduces mission duration by 20%. So kind of cool, but unfortunately you can only have up to 7 followers at a time if you got that one upgrade. Otherwise it's 6, which is really dumb, because there's what, like 9 followers. You'd think you'd be able to have them all at a time, which I think is so dumb, but no well. So as far as troops go, this is the Celestial that I have. They're always random when you recruit them, but this one happens to be the Echo of Zuen, which is a like the White Tiger spirit. And he gets a specialization, Windwalker. There's 2 other ones. There's a Crane, which is Mistweaver, and there's the Ox, which is Brewmaster. So you can only have one of them at a time, and each time you send them on a mission, they typically die, because the amount of hearts is how many missions you can basically send them on until they die. So you can only send him on one mission at a time, and then you have to recruit another one. So next time I recruit one, I might get either the Crane, or I might get the Ox, or I might get the Tiger again. You never know anyway. And as far as the other troops go, the basic troops are the Ox Initiates, which you can upgrade them to the Ox Adepts instead, which I didn't do because I won the Tigers. But they get 15% success chance of missions. Like, they increase it by 15%. So you can send them with your followers and increase your success chance on the mission a little bit. But I took the Tiger Adepts for the the upgraded troop. So they get the 30%, which they normally would have as a Tiger Initiate, but they also get a 15% success chance on missions with minions, which is kind of cool. So that's basically all the troops and all the followers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll just keep moving on. The Ox Troop Trainer is right here, which is like right next to the mission board, which is kind of crazy. And I got a couple to recruit here, which I just did. The Tiger one is just over here. So there's the Tiger Troop Trainer, and I got some more Tiger Troops. So as you can see here, I now have what? Oh, I got an Ox Adept. I guess it upgraded one of them to an Ox Adept. That's cool. So that one ability actually worked. So I have 2 Ox Initiates now, and I got 1 Ox Adept, which is kind of cool. And they increase the success chance by 20% versus the 15% for the regular one, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so that's all the troops and everything. This place right here will be locked for you unless you have that upgrade for the Storm Stout Brewery, which is where this is located. So in case you're curious, it's like roughly right here on the map. As you can see, this entire place is explorable. So what I might do is I might have to do this in a couple parts here, because technically the rest of this place is like pretty much pointless. There's no reason to really explore it unless you want to, because all the stuff that's important is right here. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the training area for lower level monks that you can go to for training, in case you guys have never seen it before. I mean, chances are anybody who's played a monk probably has. So I guess we'll see guys in just a couple seconds here. Okay, I'm back here with my lower level monk. I have a level 55 orc monk that I named Bradley. Anybody knows my name in real life, which is Bradley. I just had to do that as kind of a joke, just for the heck of it, because I couldn't think of a good name for a monk, so I thought, oh, what the heck, let's combine both my name and Bruce Lee. So that's just kind of my little in joke anyway. So to get to the training area for like a lower level monk, like level 20 to I think it's like level 100 when you can start going to the, or no, I guess it was level 98 to get to the class hall. You just use that Zen pilgrimage like you did before, and this will take you to the monk training area, which there isn't a whole lot to do there, but you do get a what do you call it? Like a daily quest to get like an experience buff, which increases all the experience that you gain by 50%. It's a monk-only ability. Nobody else can get it, but unfortunately, you stop getting it at level 90, if I remember right. You can't get it anymore after that. So yeah, so here's the monk training area. There's a monk trainer right there, and of course there's a Stormwind portal if you're Alliance, and there's a portal to Orgrimmar if you're Horde, which is kind of handy. But here's the guy you can get the daily quest for. I might as well just do it for the heck of it. Just kind of show you guys while I'm running around. This place you can fly in, but unfortunately I'm not high enough level to actually fly here, so I got to use a mount. But it's a fairly big place actually. I'm actually really shocked at how big this place is. So here's kind of I guess an area where a bunch of monks are just training. And one of the different daily quests that you get is to go talk to one of these trainers and challenge them to a duel. And once you beat them, you get that buff, which I already got the buff right now, and I have 2 hours remaining. If I get it again, I think I'll bring it up to 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. I'm not sure exactly, but so I'm just going to do this real quick. Hopefully you guys don't mind a little bit of monk fighting for a couple seconds, because these are pretty easy now, especially when you have like full heirlooms and stuff. So she's down, nice and easy. So yeah, yeah, so all these different trainers here, like every day, there's you're gonna have to go to one of them to do the training, and they all have like a different training. So it's kind of hard to explain, but they do like different things. Like one of them teaches you how to interrupt, another one teaches you like how to roll out of fire and stuff. So it's good training anyway to kind of learn how to play the monk better. And of course you get that buff for the 50% more experience. But over here, I know it's kind of hard to see on the map because this is the entire Kunlai Summit map in Pandaria. But here's a couple of vendors. The Brewmaster has a bunch of different like food and drinks to buy, like for your level, which can buff you. The best one I can get right now would be 13 intellect for 1 hour. And I think 13 agility for 1 hour, if I remember right. Yeah, 13 agility. So I guess depending on what kind of spec you are, you might want to grab either the Serpent Brew for the like the intellect, or the Tiger Brew for the agility. But and there's a tanner here, where you can get lever working and skinning training, as well as buy some of the like quest items. Like if you ever sold your old belts, you can always buy them off of this guy. That you like every 10 levels as a monk, you get a new quest for a new belt, and the belts get better and better as you level. So, which is kind of cool. Okay, this guy has a couple of headbands and belts. Okay, sorry. And there's a herbalist and inscription trainer here, which is kind of cool. There's the staff trainer, which if you ever sold any of your staffs that you got from leveling, you can just go here and just buy them up, so you can buy them again, which is kind of cool. You can also get the Zen Flight ability from this guy as well, which in my personal opinion is completely useless because you can use it to save yourself from falling, but it does not, it's not based on your flying skill, even though it is a flying ability, so it's kind of dumb, but oh well. Over here was a tiger statue, if I remember right, with another couple trainers or whatever, and a fist weapon vendor. So there's a big tiger statue right there. And the fist weapon, you know, if you want to buy any of these fist weapons, like for transmog or whatever, the guy's like right over here where I am on the map. But I kind of thought the tiger statue was kind of cool. I mean, this will probably be my longest Classhall video, really, just because of this extra stuff that I'm showing, just for the heck of it. So kind of the final area to really show you guys. I don't know if there's a better way getting down or not. But here's a big serpent statue over here. And there's a fishing trainer and a first aid trainer, in case you need them. Which is kind of cool. And of course, if you jump off of this mountain, well, you're probably going to die. Not very good. But again, never kind of look at the serpent statue. I think it's kind of neat. I do not remember if there's anything else here, but I'm just going to quickly go look around, just for the heck of it. I don't know how long this part of the video will be, but I guess we'll see. But I just wanted to show you guys the training area for monks, for lower level monks anyway. I think there's a portal to get back here in the regular Classhall, if I remember right, but I don't remember where it is. I might have to look for it and tell you guys in a bit. Oh yeah, there's a Cave of the Crane with another monk trainer. There's really not much purpose to this room, other than I guess showing a bunch of monks just kind of looking at scrolls and stuff, but kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the training area. I mean, it's kind of cool that you can go here as a lower level monk and train here. It's a monk only area. I'm pretty sure you can't come here as another class, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so you see what I mean? You get a, if you do the what do you call it? The training, you get this buff that's 50% more experience for 1 hour. So kind of nice. So it brings it up to 3 hours for me instead of 2. But anyway, that's it for the training area. I guess we'll show you guys in a few minutes here the rest of the Classhall. So see you in a bit. Okay, sorry about that. So we're back here in the Classhall on my level 110 monk. I've pretty much shown you guys everything around here, but you can explore this entire map if you really want to. I think I will show you guys it in stages, so I might do this as a separate video. So yeah, so you can go down here. Anyone who's done the monk, or not the monk, but the Pandaren starting area, this stuff might look kind of familiar. Wonder what she's got for sale. Okay, I guess absolutely nothing. Well, that's kind of too bad. I thought maybe she had a pet or something in there. But, yeah. And of course, you know, a couple of just NPCs standing around. This was the area with all the farms, if I remember right, in the Pandaren starting area. The, wow, that's a big copper vein. Of course, it won't let you loot it. So it's kind of cool. Like, there's really no reason to come over here because none of the monk, excuse me, none of the monk stuff is actually in this area. It's just like they literally brought everything back from the starting area back here, including like these level 6 vermin in the pumpkin patch. So it's kind of interesting if Oh yeah, I just saw the big turtle's flipper for a second there. I don't know if you guys can see it right there in the water. So it's kind of cool that they just literally brought back the entire starting zone as the class hall, which I thought was really cool. And it's funny, I actually aggroed one of those level 6 mobs. It's like, you're not even gonna... I don't even think they're ever gonna hit me. Oh, and the farmers are going after him. That's funny. And it takes them a few minutes to kill them, apparently. Alrighty. Yeah, so... I remember right, this was an area that had a lot of quests, if I recall. Like in this Pandaren starting area. Of course, for Monk players coming to the class hall, there's absolutely nothing here, which is not too surprising. Here's the big carrot patch, or yeah, carrots. Carrots and tulips, or whatever they're called, and yeah. So it's kind of cool that they brought this whole place back, but it does feel like there's not a whole lot of a point, really. Mainly because there's nothing to do over here. Just, if you want to explore it, you can explore it like I am, but there's actually no purpose here. So just to show you guys, you cannot fly here. I have tried many times, but you see I got the flying mount, and it's just acting like a ground mount, so you can't fly here, which is kind of annoying, personally. But yeah, so here's the crane area, which is where all the cranes were. I'm sure there was a quest in the Pandaren starting area to kill cranes for whatever reason, so I guess, of course everything's back just for this, which is kind of weird, but hey, we won't complain. It's kind of cool to come back here if you've, especially if you've never been here before. You can just explore it. But all these level 5 water pinchers, of course, no real reason to kill them unless you want to. So it's a big place. Like, this place is just massive. And I could not believe that they brought the entire place back. I thought it was only going to be like the temple or something, not this the entire starting area for Pandaren as the class hall. So I think there was a quest up here, if I remember right, in the Pandaren starting area. Of course, nobody here. But like I say, everything's back, basically. It was really weird when I first saw this. I thought, why am I able to explore the whole place? I mean, it's awesome, but... And here's all these balance poles, which you can actually go on if you want to. And there was a quest for you to, like, knock these guys off of the balance poles. So it's kind of cool that they allow you to do this if you want to. But I'm going to jump off because there's not a whole lot of a point. So, yeah. Definitely a pretty cool place, but I was kind of shocked at just how big this place is. So you can get kind of an idea, like... And of course, more balance poles, more of those cranes. So it's just like the old starting area. But of course, there are no quests here, except for what you pick up at the mission board back at the temple. So I always thought it was kind of weird. They literally brought everything back, but I know I've said that a few times, but it's still pretty cool. So this kind of leads you right back to the Temple of Five Dawns, which is where your forge is. Yeah. So there's like if I remember right, when you first start out as a Pandaren, you start like at the Shangzi training grounds. So I guess we'll must go up there and check it out, right? You know, so it is really cool. It's like this is by far the biggest class hall out of all of them, and I'm really shocked that they did this. But oh well, it's pretty cool though. I mean, I know I've said that a few times. So here's those old, like those foxes that you could you could tame at a low level as a Pandaren if you wanted to. They are kind of neat looking. And there's those amber leaf scamp guys that I think you had to kill them for a quest. So it's, pretty cool. At least I thought it was kind of neat. Here's that cave where you had to defend one of the Pandaren, like for one of the quests in the starting zone. I don't remember exactly. I mean, it's been a while since I played a Pandaren, but it is kind of cool. And it looks like there's a couple Huojin trainees just practicing, which is what you'll see a lot in here. Because there's both Tashai and Huojin trainees here. So here's the Tashai. During Mists of Pandaria, the Hojin Pandaren joined the Horde, and the Tashai Pandaren joined the Alliance. So as an Alliance player, of course the Tashai are my friends, but here it doesn't really matter because all the monks are kind of joined forces anyway. So, but it is a massive place, like. And I thought the Druid one was bad. But this one's even worse, but at least unlike the Druid, all the important stuff is just kind of like really close together. So I think this was the temple where you started out, if I remember right, as a Pandaren. I could be wrong, but here's all these these training dummies to, I guess, kind of work on your rotation. Of course, they actually have health, so. But I think when you start a new Pandaren character, you literally start like right in this spot where I am. So it's kind of cool that they literally brought the whole place back just for the heck of it. Which I promise I won't talk about that anymore because I know I brought it up a lot. Hate it when you go through a building and you get dismounted. It's always kind of annoying. So I might as well show you guys the village that's just up over here, the Wusong village. It hasn't really changed much since the starting area. Like they literally like cut and pasted this whole place. Just but it's still pretty cool that it's here. Anyway. I don't think there's any NPCs though. Oh, okay, I guess there is. There's Wusong villagers kind of scattered throughout. So it's pretty cool. One of the things I like about this place, of course, is the like Chinese aesthetic. Like it makes you think of like some of those Chinese temples and stuff. So, and here's that cave that you had to go through for a quest, if I remember right. But I'm not going to show you the whole cave because, that'd take a little too long. So that's basically all this area. So I guess I just have these couple areas left to show you. And yeah. yeah, so um, nothing too exciting really. It's a big place. I mean, like I've said already, it's huge. It's ridiculously massive. But I kind of like it. During a couple of the quests, you have to come over here to talk to this tac monkey guy, and he sends you on a... Oh, I didn't even know that you could actually take a kite again. So I guess you can go back to the broken shore with this kite. So that's kind of cool. But, oh yeah, and Lore Master Cho is here, or Lore Walker Cho. I believe he's supposed to be like the artifact knowledge guy. But of course, in one of the past patches, they kind of changed that, so you automatically get the artifact knowledge, like with all your other characters. So it's not that big of a deal anymore. So, yeah. So I'm just trying to remember exactly how I can get over here. Yes, yeah. This place is just massive. It looks like I could go upstairs probably, if there's a way upstairs. I guess maybe what I'll do is I'll just cut right here and let you guys know, or, you know, cut right here and just continue from where I left off. So we'll see you guys in a little bit here again. Okay, so I'm back again with the MonkClasshall Tour. I can't seem to be able to find a way to get back up there. I do not remember how to do it. If anybody knows how to do it, they can always leave a comment. But so in the meantime, I guess I can't show off the rest of this area right here, because I don't think there's any other way there. Guess I could always try to jump in the water and just go down, but anyway, I guess I'll show you guys pretty much just the what do you call it? The Peiwu Forest, like where all the tigers are, and yeah, I guess that'll pretty much be it, because unfortunately I can't get to the western part of the Wandering Isle. I do not remember how to get there, so and if I do figure it out, then I'll just scrap this whole thing and just start over again. So anyway, going for this area again, like where the vendor, like the provisioner is, and the, you know, the mission table and the class hall upgrades person and so on. You just come over here, and this is the forest that has all the tigers in it, which if you're a low-level Pandaren hunter, you more than likely was wanting to tame one of these things, because they're just absolutely beautiful. And they're the only tigers of their kind until you get to Pandaria, which is just crazy. So it's crazy that low-level Pandaren hunters get like a really nice-looking cat. But I digress. I guess you know, they're allowed to get their own unique pets, basically, because every other race pretty much can anyway. It's just too bad that all the other races can't tame them until you get to Pandaria. So here's kind of the area where you met the Alliance as a Pandaren. Of course, there's nobody here. And I think in this area, I think you had to save, like you had to defend the giant turtle head while you were, yeah, I don't remember exactly, but you had to do some quest here. Defend the turtle or something. So it's, you know, it's kind of cool that this whole place is back. This is one of the horde camps. Of course, they horde NPCs are all gone. Which is, you know, kind of a shame, really. So I found that pool of the paw, which is another area with a bunch of tigers. It's kind of hoping to find maybe a spot to get up there, but I guess not. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it for the tour. You do have to go into that area in the western side of the place just for like the class hall missions, and I'm pretty sure I uploaded that video, so you guys can always watch that. I'll try to leave a link in the description below the exact video so you guys can kind of see what that whole area looks like. I didn't spend much time exploring it though because I figured I'd be able to get back there, but oh well. It is a returning area from, you know, the Pandaren starting area, so oh well. But it is pretty cool that this whole place is back, including these tigers. It's too bad you can't tame them. Like, wouldn't that be cool if you could come here as, like, say, a dwarf or a night elf or a orc hunter or whatever and tame these cats? I know, yes, you can go there as a, like, go to Pandaria and tame them, but, you know, it's not the same. It'd be kind of cool to get them at a low level like that. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, yeah, it was a really long video, but here's the whole Pandaren. Here's the whole Monk Classhall. It's a big place, like I showed you. But I do kind of like it. I mean, it's pretty cool actually. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's that portal I was telling you about to get to the Peak of Serenity. I forgot where it was. And I guess it's just up the stairs near the forge. So, hey, cool. At least I found it near the end. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you guys later.